Why do middle-aged women generally not refuse? 99% of men don't know. Hello, everyone. I'm Dudu. Today, the topic we're talking about is why do many girls not refuse when men ask for having sex? In the past, everyone might blush after talking about this matter for a few words. But now, people are more open-minded, but this matter still makes people curious and scratching their hearts. I especially found two sisters and had a good chat. After listening to their honest words, I exclaimed, wow, it turns out that there are so many tricks in this. The current love environment is like turning on the double speed. In the past, arranged marriages, before marriage, you didn't know what your partner looked like. Now you pay attention to free love. Even talking about sex, you can be open and honest. You can see in the short video that young couples show their love in various ways, from holding hands, hugging, to living together. The pace is so fast that it makes people dazzled. However, although this free love is fun, it also brings a problem. Relationships seem to have become a bit fast food. Some people live together after dating for 2 months and break up as easily as changing clothes, which makes people shake their heads. But today, we will not talk about those bad things, but focus on what girls think when men ask them to take things further. The two sis I interviewed, one is Ms. Huang and the other is Ms. Lee. Their ideas are completely different, but they are both very real. Hurry up and listen carefully. As soon as Ms. Huang opened her mouth, she was in love. She just started dating. She liked everything about her boyfriend. Even when he swore when playing games, she thought so manly. In other words, don't be too outrageous with this love filter. Once her boyfriend half-jokingly and half-seriously mentioned that thing, and her heart clicked, and her first reaction was, "It's over. I'm not going to lose him." Am I? Why do you think so, Ms.? Huang said that when she fell in love, her mind was full of, he is the one for me in this life. Her boyfriend brought her breakfast every day, picked her up from get off work on rainy days, and stayed up late to take care of her when she was sick. These small details controlled her to death. She felt that since she had decided on this person, wouldn't it be like pouring cold water on him to reject his request? Moreover, looking at her boyfriend's expectant and slightly uneasy eyes, she really couldn't bear to say no, thinking to herself, forget it. At worst, I can just take a gamble. However, after this passion, Ms. Huang also began to feel anxious. She watched the videos of emotional bloggers every day and read those articles about how to save yourself after being cheated on. And the more she read, the more panicked she became. When she lay in bed at night, her mind was full of, will he suddenly break up with me? What should I do if I meet a new partner in the future and he dislikes me? But when she saw her boyfriend, he gave her a hug and said, I miss you, baby, and all her worries disappeared. Thinking about it now, I really had a gambler mentality at that time, but there is no way. When you love someone too much, you just think about giving him everything you can, even if you lose miserably in the end. At least you are happy now. That is to say, I admire this courage to charge for love, but I still have to remind all sisters that you can be obsessed with love, but don't get yourself involved. Unlike Miss Huang, Miss Lee is simply clear-headed. When she heard that I wanted to talk about this topic, she said directly, what's there to be entangled about? Isn't it as normal as eating and drinking water? Wow, this free and easy spirit. I respect it directly. Ms. Lee said that in her opinion, having sex between lovers is just like watching TV series together and eating hot pot, which are all ways to enhance feeling. She gave an example. Think about it. If two people go to a haunted house together, holding hands and screaming in fear, won't their relationship heat up? Having sex is similar, but it's more private and intimate. She also complained that some girls are too conservative now. Some people always think that having sex before marriage is losing value. What era is this? Will men cherish you if you don't have sex? Instead of trapping yourself in this chastity arch, it's better to enjoy love openly. Ms. Lee said that once she has identified a person, she will choose to trust the other person. As long as the other person's character is good, she can fully accept this request. However, Ms. They also emphasized that trust is trust and protective measures must be in place. She shared a little experience. Before the first time, I directly took my boyfriend to the pharmacy to buy things and specifically asked him, Do you know how to use it? He was so embarrassed that his face was red and his neck was thick. But there is no way my own body. I am responsible for myself. I can't rely on men to be conscious, right? Look, this is the awareness that women in the new era should have. After listening to the stories of these two sisters, you will find that some girls agree to men's requests because they love blindly, and some because they are open-minded. But no matter what the reason is, they can't get around one core, which is to protect themselves. Just like Ms. Although she is impulsive for love, she must also learn to leave a way out for herself, Ms. Lee, although she is free and easy, her sobriety and rationality are worth learning for all sisters. Finally, I have to say one more thing. There is no right or wrong in the matter of feelings, only willingness. But remember, at any time, your feelings and safety are always the first priority. Well, today's video is here. Welcome to leave a message to discuss. We will talk again next time. Bye.